All right, hello lovelies. This is Nicole with Just the Tip Tuesday. We are talking about dancer pose, which is Natarajasana. So this is a pretty advanced posture, but there's definitely a lot of different beginning levels to start at to get into this pose. So I'm going to later show you guys something to do with the strap if you want to try that. So something to have on hand. Something that's important to note about this posture is you definitely want to be warmed up if you're going to try to get pretty deep into the posture in terms of heart openers, so stretching through the chest, and also doing some back bends because it is a back bend as well, and thigh stretching. So it gets into your quads and your hip flexors, okay? So it is a balancing posture. So if you want to have a wall or a prop nearby to kind of help with that, that might be a good idea. I'm just going to dip you down so you don't see my lights as much. So I have a sturdy little bike here, so you could use that if you wanted, or a hand on the wall, okay? So very basic beginning way to get into it is we start in Tadasana, and we just shift our weight. I'm going to shift my weight into my right foot, pick up my left. I'm going to reach back, see if I can grab that foot. Okay, so this is going to be where the strap comes in handy. You can take the strap and wrap it around your foot. So the strap would come around your foot, and then you just bring it behind you to hang on. You can grab it with both hands. So you can still get a really great quad stretch here, and you're also still working on your balance, okay? So really beneficial either way, okay? So if you want to take it deeper, you can continue to use the strap through this, okay? So you grab a hold of the foot, and then the opposite arm can kind of reach up to the sky so that you can maintain a tall spine. And then you can start to kick the foot into the hand. I like to hang on to the inner arch of my foot so my palm faces out away, and then kick the foot into the hand. Gently lean the chest forward, but you can see my chest is still lifted. A common mistake that I see is people leaning way forward, almost like a warrior 3 situation, so their chest comes down. But this is a heart opener. You want to keep your chest up and lifted, so if there's a spotlight at your sternum, it's pointing to the wall in front of you. Okay, so that's kind of how you start to progress through the posture. So if you wanted to take it even deeper, the fullest expression of this posture has you grabbing your foot behind you with both hands, okay? So a great way to work towards that is to maybe start on the ground. So you don't have to necessarily balance to work into this posture. This is very similar to King Pigeon pose, where you're lying in pigeon, and then you're taking that same shape with your foot reaching behind you, taking the bind to see if you can come to that full back bend, okay? So you can always work from the ground. This other hand over here can help support you as you work into more of the chest opener. So some limitations could be here is if you don't have really open hips and pigeon is a challenge for you, or if your knee hurts in pigeon, then this option wouldn't really work for you, right? But if that's not an issue, then you can always start by taking it to the ground to kind of work through the mechanisms of that reach back, okay? Because the reach back can be pretty mechanical, okay? So if you have pretty good balance, you want to work through that grab, you can. If you want to use a strap, then you can also do that too. You can use a strap on the ground. So you come to grab a hold of your foot, wrapping it around, okay? And then you kind of bring the strap up overhead. Find something to focus on, and you just start walking your hands closer and closer and closer to your foot. Try to maintain a strong core here. So don't dump into the low back, keep lifting. The biceps hug your ears, and elbows point up towards the sky. Then you just Let it slide through your hands to let it go. So that can be a really accessible way to work through that. You can even work with holding it with one hand behind your head and hanging on to something beside you for a little bit of balance and support. If you choose that route, you won't be able to walk your hands closer to your foot, but you'll start to get the idea of what that full expression looks like, okay? So if you wanted to try to do it without the strap, you would again shift the weight. And this is where the reverse grab gets a little tricky. So I pick up my leg and I flex my lifted foot, and then I reach back to grab the big toe side of my foot, okay? Then I kind of kick the foot away because this gives me some space for me to start to turn my elbow up. So now my feet are on, or my hands on top of my toe. And then I bring my other arm back to reach for my wrist because it will not reach my toe. And then you gently let it go and let it float back down to the ground. Okay? So those are some options if you kind of want to work towards it. The biggest thing is that it's a balancing posture, it's a heart opener, and it's a quad and hip flexor stretch. So if you're achieving those sensations at any level, then you're achieving the posture, right? So we work towards the more advanced expression of the posture so that as our body adapts to the beginning stages of the pose, to the intermediate, we start to feel, we get used to the sensation, right? So we're looking for something deeper to grow ourselves and to experience the sensation that maybe we felt as a beginner. We need to take it a little deeper to get into those tight spaces too. It's also too about learning the engagement of the body, right? It's a back bend, but through the back bend, our core stays strong. We're still lengthening and lifting our torso out of our hips so that we can keep an open chest and we don't crunch and put too much pressure on our low back. So thanks for joining me for Just the Tip Tuesday. This is my lovely basement. I feel like we haven't been here yet, but again, I am wearing white, so that's probably a theme. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.